Flyover State of Film was shot in front of a live studio audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode of the Flyover State of Film. I'm your host this week, Brian. My boys are with me, TJ, Joe, Yusef. How's it going, lads?
Good. How you doing, baby?
Happy New Year.
All good, man.
It feels good, right? It feels good to be back. Let's get right into it, man. We got a lot of news stories. I was like, was there any news? And Yusef reeled off like 10 news stories. So we picked and chose some of the more interesting ones. I'm going to start out with one close to my heart. We all know Harrison Ford's coming back. They're doing Indiana Jones 5. Spielberg's finishing whatever he's doing right now, and his next project is going to be that. Harrison Ford will be back. How do we feel about it? I mean, any thoughts at all?
Is Lucas coming back too?
I mean, Lucas, probably not. I bet he's pretty much stepped away, I would imagine. I mean, maybe Spielberg will talk to him, get a story idea, but I bet he'll keep his name off of it. I bet we won't hear anything about it, you know?
Make him DP. Director, DP.
Do it.
I don't know. It's like one of those things like Spielberg's my favorite director. I love almost all his films, and also the films that I don't love, I still think are pretty good. It's just I don't like.
You're a big Color of Purple fan, right?
Love that fucking movie. And also, one. But it's like one of those things where it's like, I mean, yeah, sure. You know what it's going to be. It's going to be a passing of the torch of some sort. You might. Also, at the same time, do you think, or any of you guys think, that we're going to get full-on Harrison Ford? Like, you think he's going to go in?
I mean, in the one scene he was in Rise of Skywalker, he didn't shave, but he brought his acting chops with him. Yeah. I mean, he was emotionally invested. And I just feel like, come on, it deserves to have a better finale. It's like,
you're right.
If after Rocky, what if Rocky 5 was still the last Rocky movie?
Don't
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look how great about Balboa and stuff.
That's a great point.
Don't you talk about that. So I think it's gonna be just a lot like the Force Awakens formula. I mean,
more like a soft reboot of Raiders.
Yeah.
They said it's gonna be a continuation. So are they gonna follow that marriage?
I think Brian actually made a good point.
Or are they just gonna skip over it?
I think Brian made a good point where, like, why wouldn't they take from the Rocky franchise, including obviously Sylvester Stallone in the Creed, and just refresh it? Obviously not getting a new director. But you can still, Steven Spielberg he's got some tricks up his sleeve. There's some way that he can make this feel like an old serial again.
Oh, I think it's going to feel great, but is it going to be great?
Oh, yeah.
I think Force Awakens is a fine movie. So if it's as good as Force Awakens, I'll be fine with that.
No knock on Force Awakens at all. I just mean, like, Spielberg could take all the tricks in his pocket and make it feel good. Like, people walked out of Crystal Skull feeling good until they looked back and they said, "What the fuck did I just watch?" It has all the charm of other indie movies. It's just really fucking stupid.
I just mean that's a franchise that's 3 out of 4 good, really solid action, fun fantasy movies. I feel like they deserve another chance. They deserve, I feel like they've earned it. Like all the people involved have earned it.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones. Hold on to your potatoes.
All right, what else we got here? What else? Some damn news here. Joaquin Phoenix. You guys want to talk about Joaquin Phoenix at the BAFTAs?
Yeah,
I want to read what he said.
Oh, you just going to read what he said? Okay.
No, it's a snippet only of what he said, and this is for all the people. Like, I think he hit it on the head when when people complain and then somebody says, "But what if all the good ones are just white and that's why they got nominated?" I think that's why. Like he said, I don't think anybody wants a handout or a preferential treatment, although that's what we give ourselves every year. I think people want to be appreciated and respected for their work. And that last sentence is pretty much like the summation of why women and people of color are so fucking pissed that every time the Oscars or the awards are so white. It's just like they're busting their balls to create art and new cinema based on their culture and their point of view, and white penises keep getting appreciated.
Well, I think that whole thing, that idea of like, oh, we'll just let a general meritocracy will always rule out and the cream will rise, like totally discounts the idea of like differing opinions and the way people interpret art and how your life experience and and that's why it's like it's so dismissive of that, like for somebody, an old white man, to be like, no, I don't need a life experience I understand this and I can take in these two pieces of art the same way and I can address them. That's like pretending you don't have personal taste and there aren't things that just like hit you better or hit you differently. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the idea that we don't need more diversity to get more voices and like homogenize it so we do get a better idea of like what the general audience cares about. It's just so dumb.
Well said.
And different art too, and different styles of shooting and editing and all, because it comes from different backgrounds, it comes from different experiences, it comes from dealing with small budgets, like most movies from women and from people of color come from. So they had to like engineer new ways of shooting the movie. So you're like limiting the art to just this perspective. So I'm happy he said that.
I like what he said too, in the sense of like how he said it. Like he said it in a way of, it was very like humbled. It came off as sincere. It didn't even come off as like, hey, I want to push like really push this message on you, and I'm going to call myself out in it. Unlike like some of those other award speeches go on, where it's like Leo telling you about climate change. And then it's like, okay, well, like, the classic, like, well, you're on all your yachts and jets and flying around.
He says that and goes and sleeps with all the Victoria's Secret.
Yeah. So, like, I liked watching that speech in that regard of, like, this is a much better way to get your point across to just, like the dummies of the world than getting up there being like, well, this is my award, and, we deserve this. It doesn't mean anything, but you do. He just went up there and like kind of spoke from his heart, and I thought it was good.
Hopefully, it doesn't get like swept under the rug like Marlon Brando's movement when he gave it to the Native American lady for her to speak, and then he faced like a backlash, and he had to do interviews and where he explained his position and why he did that and all that bullshit.
I think
that was like 50, 60 years ago, and we're still having those moments of, ooh, the white man spoke out. Let's do something different now.
Like, I think this thing, like, Joaquin Phoenix is more than likely going to win Best Actor, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to give the same speech. I think he's doing the type of speeches he wants at all these award shows. That way his Oscars is just going to be your Oscar speech.
I don't think he wins Best Actor.
He's been sweeping the awards. That's the only reason why I say.
I don't win Best Actor.
Who do you think?
I don't know. I just don't see him.
I think that's going to be the only big award they're going to give. I mean, they're going to give them probably the score because of the bullshit score that they overused, and
cinematography.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets Best Actor though. I just don't.
1917's getting cinematography.
Unless, because I think also his speech might scare them away from giving it to him.
I think those votes are already in.
That could be. I don't know how that works. You know what I mean?
I think he's a lock. I think him, Laura Dern, and Renee Zellweger are all locked.
Yeah, I'd love to see. The new person seen in the room, but I would love to see Parasite get Best Picture and Best Foreign Film, and that would be awesome.
I guess it
I
makes
think
sense.
Parasite is a sleeper to get Best Picture. I think it's a, you know.
I was like, what the fuck?
Next topic.
Next topic.
Disney.
Well, good. I like that we kind of skipped over the talking about the Oscars. That's good. You guys watch the little Marvel ad for Disney Plus?
Nothing to freak out over. It looks like every fucking other thing in Marvel.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'll be the one, since everybody's being cool. I'll be the nerd and be like, I didn't care about Mandalorian, but when I saw that Baron Zemo is going to be the villain in Captain America in the Winter Soldier show, that interests me. I think that was an underused villain. I'd like to see him brought back. I like Daniel Bruhl. So I might use my Disney free, my free trial when that all drops finally.
Okay.
I enjoyed more. I'll go ahead to you.
Do you want him as like a villain to where it's him doing Mr. Sunday movies? I don't know if you guys obviously probably watch him. He's probably the best. If you're gonna like follow comic book fucking YouTube now, he's the only guy you can follow and just like have fun with. But like he did a fucking like what you missed, top 10 things you missed in these things. It's like one of those things like, what is Baron Zemo gonna fucking do? What is he? What, like in the comic books?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see him go in like more into the mastermind aspect of it, where he's manipulating people. That's kind of what his vibe is in Civil War, and I feel like it may be a little silly to try to turn him into a physical villain at this point.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't mind seeing him get his face burned and go to that purple mask, though.
And also,
probably
get that purple mask, get that sock mask on,
I think
baby.
those shows are gonna be a lot of fun.
I think WandaVision looks creative. I think that looks interesting.
It looks like they had a run where it was Vision as a dad, and they had little visions, and
it's probably what it is.
Ended up being a mind fuck. So that's probably gonna be what happened.
Oh yeah, there's been him and her had kids. There's been him as an android had his own kids in the comics. There's plenty of stuff to do.
It looked cool. That's literally the only thing I was like, oh, maybe I want to watch it.
They're sleeping on the fact they have Wyatt Russell as U.S. agent. He's the new Captain America U.S. agent. Like,
Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah, Kurt Russell's son. He's like the one the government brings in. They don't want Falcon as their Captain America. They want their hand-picked guy to be Captain America. And Wyatt Russell's in it, so like I think he's that's a sleeper. I think he could be really good.
I think
like an ass Captain America. Like that's a good idea.
The only one that I think is going to be a stretch and watch, it's the best one of all of them, is going to be Loki.
I think they all look like garbage. Garbage.
They look like Marvel.
Just
they look
fucking
like Marvel
shit.
They look like Marvel movies.
Looks like Agents of
S.H.I.E.L.D. in the theater.
It does not look like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Looks just
it definitely doesn't look like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think
it looks like
one that has.
It looks production wise. It looks as good as much as The Mandalorian looks like Star Wars. This looks like Marvel.
Fine, but also fuck Marvel nowadays. Right?
And not as heavy handed though. Not as heavy handed.
But it's like I'm saying, like Loki. Maybe
has heavy.
Well, The Mandalorian was just a super safe show, right? I mean, I didn't watch it, but
You know what is heavy handed though? Chris Rock doing Saw.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that segue was like a feather touch, though. Geez, Joe, that thing I didn't care about, you managed to get it in here, so I can tell the people. No, this sounds like the worst idea. This sounds like an executive was like, "Oh, Jordan Peele made Get Out,
you
so
stole
give me a black comedian who
you stole literally all I want to say about it is that they definitely were like, oh, Get Out was a hit. Oh, Chris, you're black, right?
What's another black funny guy?
You do the funnies.
And he picked fucking Saw. What an asshole.
They were just like, whatever franchise you want, man, you can have it.
I didn't know there was a book. Did anybody knew that Jigsaw was keeping like a book?
Yeah,
from
the book of Saw.
Yeah,
it's
just like John Doe's little notebooks from the.
So let me guess. This movie has people that get stuck in traps.
Yeah. It's going to be a detective story.
Joe, did you see the actual little teaser trailer before they pulled it?
I saw it. I saw it.
You guys saw it? Did it look like a Saw movie?
No, it looked like it didn't have the grain of a Saw movie, but yeah, it used the score.
It looked like
the ending. And the ending
I feel
is
like they
literally
had their
Chris
chance
Rock
to
with the
take this a
Shaw.
step further with Jigsaw, and they didn't do shit. They just made another crappy Saw movie.
Yeah, it's a fun franchise, but their reboot they already tried
It's
the
like
reboot.
3 good movies, basically.
I don't know. I think the message is, I can't get on board.
Two's really a fun sequel. Oh yeah, the message.
1, 2, and 3. It's a trilogy.
Yeah, those messages in those movies though are
sketchy. Go ahead, Joe. Take the segue.
No, we're done with news. I don't want to talk about news anymore. Let's move on to our first topic.
Joe.
I'm not segueing shit. I'm stepping on this segue, and we're moving on to whatever the first topic is. What was the first topic? Who was it? You said it was
heavy hand. All right, so we were just talking about Saw. That movie's pretty heavy-handed. The movie you picked tonight is really fucking heavy-handed. So I asked guys, what's a heavy-handed movie while watching it, like, turned you off from wanting to enjoying it? I'll repeat that. What's a heavy-handed movie that turned you off?
Like the message was overpowering or like overwhelmed your experience so that you couldn't enjoy the movie?
Yeah, like I personally think, it's for movies especially, it's easy to separate the art from the artist. But there's just some things you cannot separate. Like some people just cannot separate, right? Like, so like I could see someone who's like really pro cops being like, yeah, I just can't get past NWA movie, right? Like that type of example.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the one that I picked, nothing against it. I grew up in it, and I still hold some values from it. But the movie that I picked is Knowing from Nicolas Cage.
I love that movie.
Where the kid is getting a bunch of random messages, and he's like predicting
aliens.
Events. And then the aliens come out, and they're actually not aliens. They're angels, and they're doing Eden, and the kid is Adam, and then they pair him with a girl. And I was like, all this bullshit just for us to talk about
religion.
Fucking Eden and Adam and Eve, and I wasted an hour and 40 minutes for the
it just took you out of it. You were like, I can't watch this shit now.
Hey, Roger Ebert loved that movie.
Hey, good for Roger, man. I love him, but this movie was like,
I love him, but he also wasn't always right.
No, that's one of those actually movies where I've watched it like maybe 2-3 times. It's weird, like Yusuf said. And it's one of those movies where you think it's going to be a lot lighter than it is. Like, this would be a fun, over-the-top action, like Independence Day. No, that thing is a fucking hard drama.
Yeah.
It plays itself as a hard drama with, like, dumb alien action that are angels.
Yeah, they're angels. That's such a good twist. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was just building up to something. Like, he was cracking puzzles, and he was going crazy, and nobody believed him, and he kept showing up just in the moment of the event happening, and you're like along with him. And then, have you read John 20:20? This is what's gonna. Oh, cool. Bible.
Yeah, it was on the heel. It was on the heels of the National Treasure thing, where I feel like they were just putting Nick Cage in these like code breaker roles.
He's going to be in a meta.
Any of those movies.
All right, then let's keep this energy going.
So, TJ, what's yours?
Mine are more like I don't know. They didn't turn me off, but like they made me feel like fucking empty inside type of things. Where like they're fine films and the messages are fine. Like one of the messages is about like AIDS and STDs. The other message is about like I have no fucking clue, and the other one I don't even know either. But like Harmony Korine like has the writing abilities to fucking destroy my soul. They're fine films, but like kids. One of those movies about like a bunch of inner city kids in New York doing the thing, fucking getting drunk, getting high, doing drugs, having sex. You're turned on throughout the film. Then the whole film gets to where like it's turns to rape, it turns to like passing of AIDS and STDs, and like this like message is like protecting sex and also like where the fuck are the parents? Like that, those type of messages. I'm like, this is a great movie. And I'm like, when I'm like 14 watching this, having fun, I'm like, oh shit,
He's
that's
sitting there
heavy
with his
as
dick in
fuck.
his hand, like what?
I gotta,
Oh shit!
never mind. Yeah. So, and then like his next one was Bully, which is like about like a bunch of kids in Miami who are doing acid and mushrooms, and like one kid is abusive to his best friend and that best friend's girlfriend, but he's also having, and then they plot up to murder that kid. It's like these movies that like at some point you're like, and it feels so real, like it's one of those things where like it feels too real, and then when shit happens, you're like, you feel like you're there, and also like that could happen in your group of friends or like in the high school you're in. It's like one of those things where it just it's those movies that just make it so cringeworthy to watch. Where they're probably good films, just at some point you just get you feel empty inside. And now
he definitely has a style that not everybody can digest.
Oh no, and also it's like one of those things where like his films like you can get into, but then like the last like quarter of it or third of it, you're just like, what the fuck is happening? Why do I feel like such a piece of shit? Has anyone seen Squid and the Whale?
I haven't seen that one.
Shark and Eagle?
From Noah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where you like just like pass it on HBO and just catches your eye, but it has something to do with like.
Yeah, I've seen the poster on.
Yeah, it's like a mother and son infatuation story, and it's about the son jerking off to his mom a lot, and it's about like a 10-year-old kid doing it. So you're just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, so
nothing
movies
you
like
said
that,
sold me on that movie.
No. Jeff Daniels is in it.
Okay, I'm back on board, guys.
Does Jeff Daniels jerk off the kid?
No, Brian, you're up, buddy.
I picked a movie. I don't know how people really feel about this movie anymore. It's one of those late 90s, like, kind of like big idea, like big performance movies. American History X. Like, it seems like it's telling you a good message, right? But also, isn't it kind of like a really hyper simplified kind of like all you need is just that one good-natured black person to like be nice to you, and then you'll change your hateful ways, and kind of like, I don't know. I think it just maybe it's because the world we've been living in the last couple of years, it just seems a little naive and a little bit like oversimplified, and like a little bit like we talk about heavy-handed. Like it's a little bit too easy, and then again it goes like over the top at the end too. It's I don't want to give it away in case you've never seen it, but it's got that tries to have the biggest punch you could possibly have, and almost kind of like flip it to and be like, but see, they also do violence to us, and like, I just don't love the I don't know. I just don't. It's been a long time since I watched it, and when I was thinking about this question, that one really like popped to the forefront for me.
Well, Brian, isn't that in that movie? Isn't that one of the reasons why Edward Norton and the director had a falling out of like how the movie should go? Like that movie has like
you're right, but I don't know enough about it.
I don't either, but I know there's like with the ending maybe it was just, but either way I get what you're saying, like, and that could also be of in its time though, because he does have a pretty easy switch of like, well, this guy was nice,
right? I must have been wrong all the time. I'll totally change my life around.
Yeah, like I definitely. It's what's crazy about that movie though is like. Because we did watch it like a couple, maybe like 2 years ago or so, is the thematics of it, and sad is haven't, like the alt-right type thematics in it, not even the Nazi stuff, like his dad talking to him before they're Nazis.
Sure, like
is
the
the
stuff
same
that kind of leads him down that road,
Because like there's the dinner scene where his dad's just literally talking about like a Fox News and like a Rush Limbaugh, I think, and being like, this and that, and like they're not Nazis or even like the worst at that time. They're just kind of like a lot of fucking other people you bump into in the world.
Oh yeah,
and
they're just conservative, and that's the thing. Like maybe it's like I said, a lot of it probably has to do with what we've been seeing, but it's like I feel like with the advent of the internet there is a lot more access to being empathetic and to hearing other people's stories, and instead it's gone the other way, and people have become more isolated and more so that kind of hyper simplistic, oh, if you just knew my story, or like even the other way around of like, oh, you just need to sympathize with this Trump voter in the rural states. You just don't understand what they're going through. It's like, I don't know. I feel like we all have a lot of access to what each other's going through, and it's not really changing. It's not really making things better. We're just turning our bubbles have just gotten even tighter, you know?
Well, what do you think of
the... has been hilarious.
Yeah, it's not the big comedy one as usual, but what do you think of the, this other question I saw poised in a headline recently, and it was like, Jojo Rabbit doesn't deserve any awards or nominations because we don't need sympathizing of Nazis in our society today.
Nazis are bad people.
And I was like, wow, this person totally missed this. It was like Rolling Stone magazine or something like that. And I started reading, and it was like yeah, that's, I don't know, it was kind of just a stupid article because
I haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, so I don't want to speak on that. You know, just because I don't want to. I'm ignorant.
Came out. A lot of those articles came out even before the movie even premiered. Like after the trailer came out, that's all the opinion pieces came out. And
I mean, I'm so bored with like joking about Hitler. Fucking people have been doing Hitler jokes and like pretending to be Hitler in sketch comedy and shit for years. Like I'm so like trying to be like, oh well, you're not taking it seriously enough. Like fucking Charlie Chaplin was playing Hitler when Hitler was alive.
Anyway,
yeah, I think Mel Brooks killed that joke forever. Like you can't top what Mel Brooks did.
I just want to ask. Anyway, remind me of it. So mine a little lighter. I kind of went the other way with this direction. It's just like, I can't stand someone who like I know is a piece of shit, and then I'm watching a movie where they're telling me they're not, and if they are, it's like super muddled like that. And for me, that was I, Tonya.
Oh, sorry. Right.
To me, that was I, Tonya.
Oh,
I was all like, okay, like this movie has I remember watching it, like this movie has like, oh, they're doing this and this, like whatever, you can take
go off
license. And then when it completely lost me, it wasn't even the movie itself, was when fucking what's her face talking about speeches at the Oscars or Golden Globes brought Tonya Harding as her date and was like, you all owe her an apology. And I'm like, fuck Tonya Harding.
No, you don't owe Tonya Harding an apology. Tonya Harding knew about that shit. She did that shit. She was cutthroat as fuck. Like, yeah, did she grow up white trash and poor? Sure, of course she did. Did she have a hard time? Yeah. Were people mean to her? Yep, they were. She did that shit though, and there's none of this like maybe did she know? She fucking knew, she was a part of it.
I think that was the one movie I kept was thinking something more real, like that pissed me off.
And she's selling auto insurance.
That's why I didn't want to see the same thing with The Greatest Showman. I was like, oh, don't fucking show me P.T. Barnum. P.T. Barnum was a scumbag, and he fucking exploited people and ripped people off.
All these movies glorifying these people are fucking awful.
And what's funny as shit about Tonya is like I could also be a hypocrite of the same thing of like earlier I mentioned I couldn't think of an example. I said Straight Outta Compton, that thing. It's like, oh, they all walk away because they produced it like spelling like peaches, like they were the best people on the planet, never did anything wrong. And I'm like, I do understand that there is a producing aspect, kind of like how Queen was like, no, that's how we want the biopic. I think we all have to understand that as like when we like view something. But like, come on, someone could just be a piece of fucking shit. And
just wait until the Ray Lewis fucking movie comes out.
Yeah, right? You're absolutely right.
It's gonna come out, and everyone's gonna be like, "He's the fucking man." And you'll be like, "I'm pretty sure he murdered somebody," but okay, like, yeah, that's how it works.
Guys, are we talking about Kobe Bryant now?
Well, actually, what's funny is I was talking about. I was talking about Kobe and his death, and I didn't think it was right of all the things being brought up at the time, of like the rape and things like that. But if you make a movie or anything about it, you have to include that and have a point because it's part of that legacy. Not in a fucking tribute of the person, because that's, no one's giving a tribute to a loved one, be like, well, he did beat me when I was 12. So anyway, the heavy-handed movies.
That was a heavy-handed combo, guys. Wow. Really?
Well,
We really
Let's
opened
make it a
it
little
up.
more light with some shitty ass siblings.
Ooh, we can do that.
Maybe
So,
shitty siblings next. I
yeah.
like it.
I'm gonna go right into this. Fast 9, I guess. Fast, whatever the fuck it's called, came out.
Just
Trailer.
F9, right?
F9.
Fast 9, Furious 9. What is it?
We lost out on The Rock, Jason Statham, right? But everyone else is back. All of the original people from the first 8,
Han is back.
including.
Do you think that's going to be really Han, or is that going to be like a Han's like twin brother?
It's gonna be
no one eats snacks like Han. No one Tokyo Drift eats snacks a specific way. So basically, John Cena has replaced The Rock and Jason Statham. They melded them into one and made a John Cena. John Cena has,
actually.
Yeah. Spoilers. Who has never seen this fucking trailer yet? John Cena is Dom Toretto's brother, but he's also the villain in this. So the Luke Evans and Jason Statham in this, right? Because I never saw those films too, but I'm pretty sure they're brothers.
Luke Evans back too?
No. I'm just saying they're brothers.
Right, but he's still alive, isn't he?
I mean, he might be back. Who the fuck knows? Han is back.
Nobody dies though.
Who's the country boy from fucking Mustard and Taters movie? What's that kid who was Tokyo Drift? He might be back
Billy
too.
Bob?
Yeah, who knows? See, that kid might be back. But I'm just saying, awful siblings. Dom Toretto and John Cena, Vin Diesel, do not deserve to be siblings. They don't look alike. They don't act the same. But also on top of this, we're siblings in film, guys.
Is it going to be his real brother, or is it going to be like we're brothers in arms kind of brothers, like Hulk Hogan brothers?
Well,
I mean,
they need to bring back. They need to be back Ribisi. Isn't what's his fucking name?
Giovanni Ribisi?
Yeah, Giovanni. Isn't he in the first movie?
Is he in that?
Oh yeah, he is in that, but he was murdered, man.
Yeah, but he can come back.
They can always
bring it, but everybody comes back.
Avenge Sneaky Pete.
True. But regardless, worst siblings of film. We'll start off with you, Seth. Who are your worst siblings of film?
I have a bunch, but I'm going to say the first one, and then after you guys, I'm going to do my honorable mentions just in case I don't want to steal yours. But I wanted to go off the beaten path, and then I landed on a handsome boy called Paris from Troy, played by Orlando Bloom.
Wow,
he caused 2 nations to go to war over the most basic white bitch I've ever seen in my life. And then he forced his brother, Hector, played by former Hulk,
Eric Bana.
Lou Ferrigno. Yeah, I remember Lou Ferrigno was in that.
And then Brad Pitt just straight up murders his older brother because Paris is so skinny he can't hold up a sword. Like, I think that's pretty much like up there in terms of like the worst sibling you can possibly have is the man that causes your entire nation to fall because, they lost the war. And then you to die in front of your wife. And,
spoilers, man.
Yeah, spoilers. Sorry. If you haven't seen this 2005, 2007 movie by now,
it was in that spat of, hey, remember Gladiator? We're making 7 Gladiators now. A Gladiator every year.
And then every time they're like, this isn't as good as Gladiator.
So, what is it? Sandals? What's it called?
Sword and Sandals.
Yeah, so that's my pick. Orlando Bloom. I have a few more, but I don't want to step on toes. What's yours, Brian?
Oh, well, I said in the chat, I had one that I said in the chat, so I'll get that one off first, but I do have a second one. Ferris Bueller. Man, first of all, just overall, what a piece of shit. But then the moral of that movie is like, his sister, who is right, that he gets away with everything and she's getting shit on, she's right. And then, like, the whole thing is that she needs to learn a lesson about, like, lightening up and helping out Ferris. And he doesn't do anything for her. She, like, covers for him at the end for no reason. She gets no benefit from it. There's not even, like, we do things for each other
it's
moment.
Not even like...
She does something for him. She has to learn the lesson.
Hey, here's Cameron. He's a young buck. He'll go into your room. Like, none of that.
No.
Okay, and this is like a reunion of
Jennifer
and Charlie. I didn't know. I didn't realize that.
What was it?
Like the Ferris Bueller is a reunion for Jennifer and Charlie.
Oh,
Like they
yeah.
were Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your second pick?
They work together. You know, there's a lot of that was like not quite the Brat Pack, but like there's a lot of teen actors. Basically the cast of The Outsiders is in Red Dawn, kind of.
Yeah,
like,
We'll talk about that.
It's R-rated Outsiders.
yeah. But the one I got to get out here because this is my favorite movie of 2018. Joaquin Phoenix and Sisters Brothers. He's the fucking worst. He sucks. He's just always getting them into shit. He's only good at killing and getting fucking John C. Reilly into trouble.
It's so fucking but that's like I was looking at this list and I was like, man, because siblings like that make me happy because I feel like that's more real life than seeing like siblings that fucking just like the Genie and fucking Ferris thing, like they hate each other throughout Genie hated him throughout the whole film. The last moment, just because she can get the principal, like she was like, oh, I'll switch up. No, man, I want the real shit. The brother that gets the other brother in trouble all the fucking time. Like that's what I love. Yes, awful brother, but a great fucking chemistry. Like that's what I love to see.
Oh yeah, it makes for great stuff in the movie too. I mean, it keeps the whole.
It's like Raphael and Leonardo, man.
But I would hate having my brother and like feeling that obligation. You feel that from John C. Reilly in the movie too.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck, god damn it, I gotta do this."
Oh, I do too.
For me, it's like there's the one there's siblings in this fucking family, the worst siblings in the world. Because as much as I love like real families, I think this fucking family is the coldest family of all time. Like the coldest family of all time. They didn't give a shit about their one brother. They just want to get fucking back home, back to Chicago, back into their fucking giant mansion. The Home Alone siblings are the fucking worst. There's nothing redeeming about any of them. I don't know.
You could have just said Buzz, but you're 100% right.
No, they're
all and the cousins
shit.
too. They're all bad.
Buzz, I feel like, is the realest one of that entire family because there's that older brother, younger brother rivalry, but there's like that whole thing is like where he's like, you survived. I appreciated it. But then also this other part was like, Kevin, what'd you do to my room? But the other 17 of them that there are, or whatever the fuck it is, fuck those kids, man.
Okay, in fairness, but Kevin sucks too, and they all got to live with Kevin all year long. He sucks.
There's the thing with that fucking movie, and Buzz included, is that they would all be fucking panicking. Even Buzz. Buzz would not have his cool guy act, be like, hey, we left your brother. He'd be like, holy shit, I'm an adult almost. That is, he is a child. He picks his boogers. Like
that's what I'm saying. They don't give a shit. Like, they don't care.
No, TJ, you're right. I just mean like, as even brothers who fucking fight all the time.
Yeah.
If that happened, you'd be panicked. The dad is worse because he seems to not care about Kevin at all.
Dad's got a real like your mom will handle it attitude. The mom just forgot him in the first place.
Yeah, he's it's the woman's job to care about the kids.
When they all show up at the very end and like the dad walks in, he's like, Kevin, the mom's like, how'd you get here? He's like, the fight you don't go. They all just go like this.
Yeah.
That
means fucking nothing.
Yeah, they like each one of them kind of pats Kevin on the shoulder and then they just all disappear.
Oh, you were alone by yourself for a week? You might have been fucking murdered? You're good, buddy. I gotta go upstairs and call fucking Jimmy and see if we're gonna meet them all for a hickey later. Like, fuck that family, alright? Yusef, who you got?
No, Joe.
No, Joe. We got Joe.
All right, so I do have two honorable mentions. One is Scar and Mufasa.
Yeah.
Yeah, good one.
Just terrible siblings.
I mean, he kills him.
He does kill him, but like also like
Cain and Abel, not great.
Yeah,
Luke and Leia, awful siblings.
As Cain and Abel, even though I hate the fucking movie in year one. Isn't it Paul Rudd and David Cross? Yeah,
that's so funny.
All right, and then Jared Leto in Lord of War. Jared Leto and Nick Cage in Lord of War is my
classic DVD bunker episode. Lord of War.
I'm on it. So anyway, just my honorable mentions. My number one is fucking Derek from Step Brothers.
Yeah.
So good.
That's a great joke,
Are bonita fish big? Yeah, it's a trophy fish. Sorry, all I can do is Step Brothers
See
talk
this
about it. I
shit?
should quote it.
See this shit?
I love these Mikael oil, and I love how they can't fucking hug at the end. Like they
No.
can't figure it out.
He tries to punch him. He's like,
It has nothing to do with the brother relationship, but a low-key great part is when they all do make amends at the Catalina wine mixer, and Catherine Hahn is just like, what am I doing? I'm a mother. I can't.
the weirdest part about the movie is I'm so turned on by Catherine Hahn that entire film.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
I love
so
Catherine. That's one of the
She-
first things like I really saw her in too.
She's that
She's so
weird
good
I'm
at
one.
it.
so
You're like, I don't know
unhappy
why,
when
but
she
like,
gets into him.
I just want your hair.
She'll put
Your
you
hair. I just
Oh,
want your hair. Anyway,
say golden boy.
Dale and Derek are
That's a great thing.
they're legit brothers because the Step Brothers work as good brothers.
Oh yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying. Blood fucks you up. That's how you know it's awful, but it's like based on some type of realness because that's how that fucking goes. There's no
That's right,
way
Brendan.
it's that clean.
Brendan and Derek. Brendan has a mangina. Anyway, that movie is endlessly quotable.
And I'm pretty sure that's like based off of like Home Alone, where Buzz does the whole Home Alone 2 thing behind him.
Easily.
Oh yeah, or he does the glow sticks behind his ears.
Yeah.
Some of the
That-
meaner
that goes to show you that in that universe, all the adults are assholes because that shit is not even that funny, and the entire auditorium is just busting their ass.
Oh
and,
yeah, that
laughing
shit's fucked
so
up.
hard.
Well, the best part is that
Oh.
the hottest mom in film was just like, I even laughed and chimed in. I was
Yeah.
like,
Some of the meaner moms chimed in and laughed too. No, but in Home Alone 2, though, I never got that also. They all blame him for fucking freaking out because clearly he has a bad emotional intelligence. When they're not like, yeah, Buzz, you were fucking like giving him wet willies and shit.
but he physically assaulted a kid, which also I'm pretty sure killed the piano player. But you don't know. Who knows?
She was pretty old. You said
Did
you
you
got
guys-
your honorable mentions. You got anything left in the tank?
Yeah, you mentioned my honorables except one, which is Chet from Weird Science.
Oh yes.
Oh,
That's
Uh,
probably my
That John
favorite.
Bill
Hughes knows
Paxton.
how to write a shitty brother and sister, huh?
yeah, for sure. He's an asshole. But now shifting gears. So Brian made us watch Red Dawn, and when he said Red Dawn, I was like, "Yeah, Red Dawn. I know Red Dawn. I see Red Dawn before. Wolverines." And then I hit play, and I maybe 10 minutes in, I realized I've never seen this fucking.
I had the
movie in my life.
same reaction, Yusuf.
I had
So
it also. I'm
that
also
inspired that inspired my question, like, what other movies have you had that experience in where they're so embedded in the zeitgeist and the memes and the references and all that bullshit that you think you've seen the movie, but then you start watching it and you're like, well, I've never seen this fucking movie. Who wants to start off? Anybody, take it.
I'll go.
There, grab it.
TJ, you go.
Well, you guys know me. I watch bad movies. Bad movies are made memes all the time. But there's also some good movies that are made memes that I feel like I've watched, I don't know, like 40 times because I saw this movie until I actually saw it. The Big Lebowski.
Oh, that's a good one.
This movie had me like, I've seen this. I've definitely watched it on like TBS, TNT. And then you watch it, you're like, damn, what the fuck did I actually see before? But I'm like, oh, you've seen the meme, you've seen like, shut the fuck up, Donnie. And like the all those type of shit. And you're just like, or Jesus and the bowling. Like, I'm thinking it's like a bowling movie. And I'm like, I've seen this before. And then I'm comparing it in my brain to Kingpin.
You're like, yeah, Kingpin, I remember.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh fuck, I've seen this movie. Bill Murray's
That is
in
the
it, the whole
filthiest
nine.
movie ever. Kingpin.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm watching this. I'm like, oh, it's like a fucking like drama comedy murder case / hostage situation. I'm like, I've never seen this, but because I saw these memes, I'm like, I've seen this before. Bowling movies, it's fucking great. I love bowling movies. That's the type of things. It's like. But it's also like it's a great film. So I'm like, why have I never seen this? And when I finally saw it, I watched it on like TBS. It's edited, it's censored.
Yeah.
The worst way to watch any movies, which I always do. And then I finally rented it on like one of the streaming services like fuck, I've missed out for years thinking I've seen this movie.
Yeah, it's good.
I think the Big Lebowski is a hard one though, because a lot of people probably have that answer. And it's a hard one to introduce people to because it is that little
tough.
bit of weird. It's a weird.
You have to have a particular kind of sense of humor to really find the Big Lebowski funny. It's not like a comedy that everyone enjoys, or
just discover it.
Yeah.
Like I think if it's one of those, I come home and I rave about that shit. You're gonna watch it like, huh? Like I was not a comedy at all, but I was just like raving up Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
and then someone was like, "Oh, I heard I heard I'd be disappointed." I was like, "Oh, you would be like this is not your type of movie." Like,
hey, do you want to have a panic attack?
Yeah, I'm like, there's so much anxiety.
This is so much fun.
Is it that crazy?
You just gotta watch it. Sorry, that's to derail this.
If you connect with Sandler, you're just like, why are you making that decision? Why are you making
my favorite
that type of?
So anyway, I get that about the Big Lebowski though, because it's especially how like ingrained they put it into pop culture as if it was a normal it was a normal fucking movie.
Yeah, the rug, the White Russian, like the whole nine. I'm like, oh, White Russian, the Big Lebowski. I'm like, oh, I've seen that movie. Woody Harrelson's great in it. He's got the hook hand. It's great. And everyone's like, what?
The comb over.
Wrong. We got
that movie's so dirty. Joe, what's yours?
Joe?
Oh, so actually, just this past year, I discovered I never actually saw the full thing of The Thing.
I haven't either.
I always thought so. I kind of turned away from like popular, like from the I know the gifs and like I don't say it's memed movie, but it definitely I know the practical effects from the movie.
Yeah, that's a great point.
I sat down, started watching it, and I was like, I've never seen this fucking movie. And I think that's because I used to watch like any of the movies that were playing on like AMC Fear Fest or like when they would just have those like horror movie marathons, especially in October. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of that shit just blends together in my mind. I'm like, oh, I've seen that.
I mean that's a great one. Like, to have gotten around to seeing.
Yeah, outside of the monster, it kind of blends with other movies in terms of like the aesthetics.
Kinda, because you're gonna.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that setting, that Arctic setting, is pretty kind of iconic in its own. It's pretty individualistic.
Yeah, it confuses the new one compared to this one though too. You know what I mean? How many people see that?
I definitely didn't confuse it. It's just
I just realized I
didn't see it. It's a dope.
I confuse it with The Empire Strikes Back all the time.
You know what I confuse it with? I would confuse it with The Fly sometimes, just because of like the way something like the shit happens.
I watched them kind of back to back a couple weeks ago. The Fly, actually, and The Fly 2, and then The Thing. I was kind of in a body horror kind of mood, I guess. I want to see some fucked up practical effects. Let's do this.
Now, did you have your son next to you the whole time?
No, he's not quite ready for that level of gore, I don't think.
Hey, man,
I think the Fly would fuck him up.
I feel like The Thing would fuck him up.
Fly's super horny, too. Like, there's a lot,
he really wants to fuck
no one wants to sit next to your dad watching that stuff.
My dad, actually, weirdly enough, my dad was recently talking about how much he loves The Fly. I'm like, yeah, you remember that ending? He's like, yeah, but the scenes where he thought he had super strength, that was cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you remember how it ended, Dad?
I'm gonna say mine, and then Brian can close out, and then segue into Wolverine.
Wolverine. That's my one.
It happened to me. The same thing that happened with Wolverines. It happened with Thelma and Louise. It's the type of movie that everybody knows the fucking ending. Everybody knows that Brad Pitt is young.
I just watched Wayne's World 2. They do the Thelma and Louise ending in Wayne's World 2.
And I think that's where I thought, I definitely saw Wayne's World way before I saw Thelma and Louise. And even when they did it, I knew what the joke was. I've never seen.
They do it on The Simpsons. They do it like
it's everywhere.
So when I actually watched it, I was like, I've never seen this fucking. I just kept waiting for them to roll up the fucking cliff because that's all I knew about the movie, and waiting for them to meet hot young Brad Pitt. that's it. But yeah, it's a good movie. Well acted, well shot. But
It's a Ridley Scott movie.
But
People
the
think
rate
Ridley
that
Scott does
happens
those
in
kind
it
of
when
movies.
you're like, oh, this wasn't in the pop culture references of them being
Yeah.
Al pals.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made their fun little Thelma and Louise jokes. They left out the attempted rape and the murder, I guess.
Yep. The reason why they're being chased.
Yeah, there's a
yeah.
Earl Simpsons parody. It's a really good episode.
For sure. So what did you, Brian?
It's funny. You guys might know this. I used to do a little show called the DVD Bunker, where I would revisit movies from my collection. And near the end of that run, oh hey, all right, yeah, I got some good bunkers there. Near the end of that run, I did a movie starring Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen called Men at Work.
Yes.
And this is a movie that was in my collection. I owned this movie. I own it. And I thought I had seen it and just forgot it. And when we watched it, I was like, I have no frame of reference for this. I don't know what movies I was thinking this was, or if I was just kind of rolling all my Emilios and Charlie Sheens together. But I was shocked to find out that I just was like, okay, I guess this is just a thing I never watched, but I own for some reason.
Wait. Why am I thinking, did you also do Dirty Work on the Bunker?
Yeah, we did Dirty Work.
Okay,
sure.
yeah. I was
but Man at
we
Work.
did Ferris Bueller too. We were talking about that, and I didn't plug it, but we did one.
I've never really heard of Men at Work.
So, and isn't it also directed by Emilio?
I believe so. I think it might have been his directorial debut.
Oh no!
Yeah, I saw a movie with my wife, and we were just like, "What is it even about?"
Yeah, it's not particularly good. It's not very good.
What is the basis? Two trash men find a dead body, and the trash can get blamed for it.
Right. Yeah, it's like, and I don't even. And then they're being chased by some cops and some criminals, and there's a plot. Keith David's in it. That's great. We all love Keith David, but I'd much rather watch Stay Live.
Oh, he's the cop, isn't he?
I've been recently doing a thing where I'll just pick random ass like comedies or like things like that from the 80s and 90s and be watching them. People are like, what are you watching? I'm like, I don't know. I'm watching Running Scared, but not the Paul Walker one.
Airborne. You're watching Airborne.
But I would watch it.
I've been watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in 30-minute increments. So
like my buddy was just like, why'd you watch the Honeymooners remake last night? I saw it on your letterbox. And I was like, because it was on and I didn't want to pay attention, but I knew it was so light that I could just roll with it. Also, how does Cedric the Entertainer get Gabrielle Union? It makes no sense.
The Kevin James, Leah Remini school of like, you just the schlubby dude and the hot wife.
Yep.
All right, are we ready to talk about Red Dawn, guys?
Always.
I guess. All right, just a little bit of background, because in case you didn't watch the episode where I picked this, there was actually a video, and I had the guys all watch it so you get in a frame of reference. The 1986 movie Red Dawn is basically, if you don't know, about a group of school kids who, when World War III breaks out and their city becomes occupied territory, they run off into the woods and basically start a guerrilla campaign against the what in this movie is like a combination Cuban, Russian, communist kind of organization. Yep. And they, do war stuff. So I had watched a video that I thought was interesting about how this movie was propaganda, which it kind of obviously is in that way of like the Rambo, the hyper American masculine, but also like the intent of it based on like who the director is and stuff. So I just wanted to revisit this and see what you guys thought, and kind of like for my own edification, because this is a movie that I was like probably like 12 or 13 the first time I saw it, and I've never been a big gun guy or big like I camped a lot as a kid, but not like this kind of like survivalist camping. You took the shit with you, and you stayed in a tent and whatever, and you came home to a warm bed 2 days later.
Did you drink blood?
I didn't drink any blood. I'm not much of a hunter, guys. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag here. I don't hunt.
I heard it's not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. It's kind of good. Like, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Oh, so stupid.
and then the
not
blood
that
just
bad.
dripping. It's like, it's not that bad.
Oh yeah, I could feel it.
Can I ask a question? That's not the guy from Soul Man, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
from The
we'll get to that
Outsiders,
then.
Thomas Howell.
Thomas
Got it.
Howell. He turns into a straight up psycho in this movie.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, he's a murderer.
So
Oh,
is this the first time? Is this the first time for all three of us then?
I think so. I think we all
Oh.
thought we saw it at one
Three
point.
first
Yeah.
time watches. That's crazy. That's a
That's
new record,
true.
right?
Yeah.
That's gotta be.
Yeah.
Unless I make you guys
Besides
watch
Cabin
something.
Boy.
Oh yeah, maybe Cabin Boy.
Well,
Cabin-
No,
Cabin Boy
TJ
and
had
all
seen
this
Cabin
shit.
Boy
Yeah,
before.
TJ has
No.
a streak.
No, that was the first time, and I loved it.
Oh, good.
I don't know.
Good.
TJ has a
Treasure.
streak of movies that nobody has watched. For
That's
sure.
that's what
Now
I.
it's not my fault you guys haven't watched Red Dawn. It even got a remake. It's pretty famous.
Chris Hemsworth is great in this movie we watched. Josh Peck.
So I guess first thought as a first time viewer, I think it's not good, but I think the reason why it's not good is because it hits a note and then it just stays on that fucking note for like an hour and 40 minutes
Yeah.
and then it ends.
Yeah.
Like it has a great opening sequence. It has a great it throws you right in and you're
Yeah, it
like,
goes
oh,
right
we're in it.
Oh
We're-
yeah,
we're gonna-
like
It
from the
hooks
attack
you.
on the school to them going to get supplies and then going up to the first all that first act stuff is really good, and then you have that cool montage where they finally start fighting, and so that is but then but they just kind of maintain these battles and there's never a purpose. There's never what are they going to try to accomplish from this?
I have-
But
I have
that
a
mon.
question.
Oh, sorry, TJ. Go
No,
on.
you're good. Real question, real fast. So basically, the attacks happen. You got all these parachuting fucking Russians and Cubans coming in. Hot.
Cubans.
Yeah. No, they're Russians and Cubans, so they're Cubans.
Cubans.
We're calling them Cubans.
We're Cubans. Yeah, I like that.
Basically, they stop at a gas station and they get 24 packs of Sprite and 24
The
packs
best.
of soda.
No, that's the best convenience store in the world. They had everything in there.
But
It's on the
they
highway,
can't
man. You gotta,
But they leave there, they get through the little escape or they're fucking dodging all the fucking tanks and shit, and they get to the fucking wherever they're gonna go and they stop the truck and they start unloading. They're like, "This is great. We don't have water." And I was like, "Wait the fuck, hold on. Y'all just got Sprite, Crush."
Now, to be fair, in the 80s, bottled water wasn't a thing. There wouldn't have been pallets of bottled water there
But
in the middle of the 80s.
that was one of my main notes, was that there was so much fucking product placement in this movie that I was that was so blatant but hidden. Like they had North Face jackets on. They threw fucking all those Cokes in there.
Yeah.
Everything they had was branded. But yeah,
So in the opening thing, it's the teacher talking, and normally when they do this shit in movies, it's kind of like a mouthpiece for the director to talk directly to the audience, via either the conference or the teacher or whatever the case may be. But I was kind of confused because I literally wrote it down. He's talking about Genghis Khan's military tactics and where
Yeah.
they would surround the enemy and then just squeeze in,
Yeah.
and that never happens in the movie. So
Right. Yeah, again,
I guess that's kind of the start.
Can we
Or
can
you
we
mean
talk
their
around, they came from-
antagonists don't use it?
Yeah.
Can we talk about real fast the little video clip that Yusuf found? If I can, I'll put it in now.
No.
There's two grown-ass men with mustaches. I don't think we're ever attached to these high school kids. And then also, we're never seen a fucking again.
There's
Brian,
definitely
we're
some
like,
crew guys. for
yeah, it was a
sure.
group of kids. We don't know who they are, but also we do. We know Danny. We knew Daryl. We knew fucking Charlie Sheen and Pat. We knew all the kids,
Jeb.
and all of a sudden there's these grown dudes with mustaches, and you're just and the camera goes like this real fast to Patrick Swayze.
No, one of them,
Yeah.
one
He
of
just
them,
pans
one
off
of
and
them
whoop.
sees it. One of them sees it. He's like, "Oh, I'm in the shot," and the camera moves away. But the funny thing is, we're watching it. My wife and I are watching it, and I see those two grown ass men, right? And I'm just like, all right, maybe they picked up two more people on the way up to the mountain, whatever. And then they pan out to the group shot, and they're nowhere to be seen. I asked my wife, like, where did the other two guys go? And she's like, what other two guys? I had to rewind it like twice just to get that fucking shot for you guys. It's me pointing out those assholes in the background.
It's like,
Yeah, I've seen this movie a bunch of times, and I had never noticed those
and
dudes.
even when I'm
It's
watching
so
that, I
funny.
was just like, they also, like, everyone else was in, like, the big bubble jackets and, like, the double, like, two of the kids had the same jacket. Actually, I'm pretty sure 4 of the kids both had, like, duals of each jacket. But these guys were just, like, knit caps, mustache, sunglasses, and everyone else looked shit. And you're like,
they look like key guys who would be PAs.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that's a key grip right there.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's in the shop, but that works. You know what I mean?
That was the best shot the editor had. That was the best shot he had. He had to use it.
We can get to the next best scene. I want to talk about the next best scene, where they're okay. Opening scene, little quick Star Wars, fucking so and so NATO's out of the John. It tells you
they killed the black guy.
Yeah, and then it goes like real quick. September, October, and then November. And then you get to like the cabin where you get introduced to the heirlooms. My heart dropped.
Girls.
My heart dropped. You get a nice little fucking scene where the kids go back to the city. They're all being fucking looked for.
No. That is not a nice scene. That's the dumbest scene in the fucking movie. They're like
walking around Letterman's jacket, man.
No. That is where this movie fucking lost me.
They just strolling around.
They're just strolling around.
They go up to the fence at the internment camp, and you can see there's like lights panning back and forth behind them. Like they're standing at the fence and calling people over and shit.
Sense. They're like, oh no, hey, and it's like, what do you guys would be shot on sight.
And at this point, there already are rumors that those kids are up like killing people and slitting throats and shit.
Especially like waking up.
It's not even like that could have all even been avoided by even if they had like one fucking scene where if Swayze said, take off your letters, then someone, and then like scurried away. No, they just strolled in and out as they pleased. Things kind of seemed okay. Like
it's like what. I don't understand those things. In one of the scenes in the beginning where
I'm sorry, Jay, but
no, you're good. No, I'm saying like
that's a fair point.
They do the whole like this is gonna get to like the YouTube video and stuff like that, but they land and the Russian or goddamn it's Russian Cuban. I don't know what the fuck it is.
They're communists.
They're Russian and Cuban.
So and
the main guy is Cuban. The Cuban thing.
I thought that was Jimmy Smits.
He's a black actor from Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, really?
Is he really?
Yeah, and he's voiced over. This movie's 90% ADR.
Wait, what?
Well, because it was all shot outside, so it probably all sounds like.
And they think they got an actual Cuban to voice him over.
They gave him a little bit of because they gave him a little bit of character, like a little bit of a.
Oh yeah, well he has the big moment at the end where he lets them like go off and die alone.
That whole scene made me so angry. But
hold on, we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Before all that,
this whole fucking movie makes me angry.
I'm just saying, everyone lands. All these fucking people land. All the criminals and terrorists land, and they're like, "All right, I need you to go to the sporting goods store and go on the computer, and I need you to look up all the weapons." And the owner's just like, "Wait a minute." Hold on. And that's how you realize this is why all their parents got fucking locked in and all that type of shit. Because they had maybe an AK at some point or like an RPG, which who the fuck sells that at a sporting goods?
They went and rounded up all the people with hunting rifles and put them in internment.
They had the realest, he mentioned RPG. They had the realest RPG launch ever put to cinema.
The strength.
Which is this guy just launches it in all the air and things just gets in his face and he goes just throwing the thing. That was the most realistic aspect of the entire movie because obviously this dumbass doesn't know how to use an RPG, but he's just gonna launch it right into his face.
Well, that was
I got it. I'm gonna shoot it.
Everyone's shooting was on point. No bullets were wasted. But what was fucking ridiculous was the guy they did at the shop. He's like, yeah, get out of here, go. I'm like, thinking, also, why don't you join them? It's not like kids only. Like, your life's in danger too.
Yeah, right. Like, no, I got to stay here and man my shop.
Well, no, that's Soul Man's dad. Because they tell him
Yeah.
he died because he
Yeah.
helped them invading the gorilla. They call them gorillas.
Why didn't Soul Man's dad, who clearly has more
Because-
knowledge than Patrick Swayze?
So the whole thing
Nobody's
was
smarter than Jed because he read books about people who murdered Indians, and that's how he learned. It's like
I'm named after
he's talking about
Jebediah.
how he learned guerrilla tactics from reading these books about people who fought Indians, and they like that's like Indians
Jed
had
also-
guerrilla tactics, man. Native Americans are the ones who had guerrilla tactics. You are talking
Before that,
about colonizers, dude.
That was one of the best scenes is when the three Russians go up to the mountains and the rap.
And he makes up the thing about
the
I
thing
love that.
oh, we attack all the Indians and we murdered them all, and then but the thing just says like, oh, we found this passage and so like real nicely, but he says it as it
He
actually
just adds all this shit to it. Yeah, that was hilarious.
But I'm saying like the reason why that guy didn't go with them is because they add in at the end when they all go to visit that fucking old man and the woman in the cabin who gives them Jennifer Grey and Leah Thompson. He's like, Robert, your dad died. We don't know where your mom is, so I'm pretty sure the dad stayed behind for the mom.
I have a big question about that. Do these guys are these guys so masculine they don't care about their mothers or assumably sisters?
Yeah, there's no
or
mom.
anyone
When
else.
they go see what's his name at the camp, Avenge Me at the camp, they say Jeb and Charlie Sheen's mom is dead. Like
yeah, dead.
she's already gone.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. But it's just everyone's like, your dad, and I'm like, yeah, I'd care about that and my mom. Like just not just them. I want. It didn't fucking make
No,
sense.
remember he tells him not to cry.
Not
I love
cry.
I love
Cry.
the dad.
Your dad just
justifying-
died. It's not
I love
like
the dad justifying his shitty parenting skills because the Russians invaded. Like, see,
I told
you were
you.
crying when you were crying when I was like shitting
But-
on you, but look at this shit. I was
But he
right.
doesn't. He doesn't sing the fucking song when they're all getting fucking shot into the trench.
No,
He stays there.
He doesn't think America's beautiful.
Don't
He gets,
face.
he gets shot.
Because he knows that America failed. And you know what? That's a real soldier.
so dumb. I get why people like this fucking movie growing up. Like I totally
was
get
fun.
it, Brian.
I gotta give you, it was fun. I had fun watching.
Yeah, it was fun, but also the montage of them having fun, killing all of them. How did no one kill one of them? They were pretty obviously all there. Like
Well,
if
the first one to
I
die was the Spanish one.
like
Yusef,
if I'm
talk about
if I'm one of the Russian or Cubans, I'm like, hey, we're just gonna like pretend set up to to have a firing squad, but we're gonna have some people like 100 feet back ready to murder Emilio
that?
Estevez.
Also, how long within this did because Brian, you can probably tell us if you want to get in this. How long before Daryl was actually bugged?
I don't think it's till
I missed that part.
That snow fight.
like you never see. I think it's not till after Powers Booth gets killed,
Yeah. So I'm
and
sitting there,
then
I'm like, how long did it take? But you also knew Daryl was going to be an asshole from the beginning.
yeah.
Oh,
But
he pulled he pulled the I'm the president of the school card. Like, bitch, we're dying out here.
And
How
fucking
Well,
That's
and like immediately too, they've been in the woods like 10 minutes, and he's like, "I'm the school board."
That's what I thought was
president."
funny of the video you shared with us. Like, I get they use that as the example of like conservatives don't see intellects as powerful. They see
Yeah.
strong masculine have the answer. But I'm like, in context of the movie, no, that kid should have shut the fuck up.
Also, Danny should have never surved. Danny
Yeah.
should have murdered first.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't
God
believe he
damn.
made it to the end. That shit's
But
crazy.
also,
did Leah Thompson want to fuck the pilot?
oh
that-
yeah, she has.
Oh, yeah.
And when Powers Booth gets killed, she's like, "I'll never love again."
She was like 14.
he
Well,
was.
I think the backstory for her character is that she
20.
may have gotten raped or
Yeah.
or they at least the soldiers
They both-
They were.
attempted.
I think they
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah.
And so I
Please
think it was
try.
kind of that thing of like, this is a man and like he can protect me. And so like her child brain and I don't think Powers Booth was doing enough to shut her down. He's talking about his wife, but then he's like, she's feisty,
She's 80
like
years old.
you.
And then he was like, "Are you sure you want to hear about this?" He was like, "Yeah,
that
I
guy
want to hear
was
about
the
your
best
wife."
actor in the film. The best actor in the film was that guy.
I mean, he's the only man.
Yeah.
I,
the group.
I don't like this movie. I have to change my letterbox score.
So
I think the most
I don't like
part
this
where
movie. I'm already giving you. This is a shitty fucking movie. I'm glad to be watching
I
it.
The thing with me was like I wanted to go back because John Milius, the guy who directed this, is like a right-wing NRA kook who pulls guns on fucking executives and shit. And like this isn't one of those things where it's like it can be interpreted one way or the other. This dude specifically made this movie as right-wing propaganda. It is kind of a fucking doomsday prepper wet dream of like the bad guys show up and only me and my brothers can handle it, and like the army is useless and everybody's pussies except us.
It
And like,
flies right into the fear, like, those fears they sell you on.
oh, absolutely. And so I kind of just for my own, because of enjoying it in my youth, I wanted to go back and see how it held up. So like I'll just come out with what I like my kind of final thoughts, so we can go to the ratings phase if you guys don't have anything else.
no,
I'm
Patrick Swayze yelling at people crying to stop crying was the most funny. It was so fucking funny. I couldn't stop laughing at it.
You know what
Use it.
They just
Turn it into something else.
You know what I thought was funny?
Stop crying.
Swayze. I was reading I usually read trivia when I watch these movies on IMDb, and it was like Swayze stayed in character for the whole 6-month shoot or whatever. It was like a long shoot, and I was like, I'm like, that sounds fucking terrible. Like that's the worst person to be around.
Yeah, he seemed like a real dick.
But
I wanted to talk about the love triangle.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about before
Jennifer
rating.
Grey.
Oh no, hey, I'm sorry. I felt like
No,
he was
you're
wrapping
good.
up. No,
Oh, I was just telling you that I realized
You made us
I did
watch
not
it.
like this movie as much as I enjoyed watching it.
Let's talk
I
about
felt
love
like Joe
triangle.
wanted to get this over with.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry it came off that way.
We got Patrick Swayze, Jennifer Grey, and then we got Jennifer Grey and Charlie Sheen. That's 2 movies, Ferris Bueller and fucking Dirty Dancing.
Oh yeah.
3 characters that all all right. Now,
And they hated each other.
Right?
who deserves Jennifer Grey?
Swayze.
I
It's
completely
Swayze.
agree. Yeah, it's Swayze.
Swayze.
Well, yeah, but also Leah Thompson or Jennifer Grey.
Well, Leah Thompson's 14 here, so
I don't
Jennifer
give
Grey
a
by
fuck.
default.
I wasn't even born when this came out, so fuck you.
How about
Actually,
as far as 80s
No, but Leah
icons
Thompson.
go?
Leah
he's
Thompson.
actually older than Jennifer in the movie.
Okay, well then Leah Thompson. Well, they make her look real young.
She's 24, and Jennifer's 21.
Okay, Leah Thompson was already like Back to the
Oh
Future.
yeah, come on. Her
I
in
was
the prom dress and Back to the Future. Come on.
All right,
Okay.
I'll say it. Jennifer Grey. I mean, maybe I just
I'm actually with kind of Brian
don't put
on this
baby
one.
in a corner.
You don't, and also
She can stay in that fucking corner.
I love Howard the Duck, but Jennifer Grey and Dirty Dancing is
Mm-hmm.
mwah.
But that's
I mean,
one hit wonder.
Doesn't matter.
dude,
Matter.
that's not nice. That doesn't. But this film too, it's like one of those things where you get all these 80s actors, and I'm trying to think who outshines who. Because Leah Thompson and Jennifer Grey don't really get any love. They get like the scene where like
I mean, this is
Charlie
a Pat,
Sheen.
this is a Pat Swayze movie because even Charlie Sheen,
Yeah.
I think, gets underplayed a lot in
Yeah,
this.
this
I
is
think like
Patrick
the only
Swayze.
scene they get is what like Sheen throws the dishes at Leah
Yeah,
Thompson. Like, which just
Leah Thompson throws
fuck
the-
this shit.
C. Thomas
So, like-
Howell, Powers Booth
Yes,
get
the
a little
murder.
bit more.
Let's talk about
do.
C. Thomas Howell and the murder where he's cutting off the butt of his gun with all the people he's killed,
Oh,
and the guy's like,
he's scratching the.
like that's gonna
scratching
that's gonna
check
kill you
marks.
one
Oh, he
day.
becomes a straight up psycho in this one.
But that's from drinking deer blood. If you go hunting,
Yeah.
There's a couple
Okay.
times where Powers Booth is like, you can tell he's like, these kids are fucked up. Like
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
It's like I'm a soldier. I actually like did my dues. I know what all this shit means. Like,
Well, also that's another thing. John Milius cut out a lot of. There was like dialogue of kind of like Powers Booth had anti-war dialogue and stuff that was cut from the movie. That like
how many?
where they kind of
so,
where they maybe just for a second were like, hey, maybe murder isn't great, and then but
he
the
definitely
movie
tried.
abandons any of that.
well,
Murder
am I
is-
remembering? I might be remembering this wrongly in the movie. Isn't there some like really poor Vietnam knocking, like Vietnam soldier knocking on this movie?
I can't remember.
Like a couple line or two, and I can't remember, but I feel like there's like a comment or two about about
Did you
those
guys-
soldiers.
Did you guys catch the anti-immigration sentiment in there?
Oh, you mean
immigrant the border?
Yeah, when Powers Booth is talking about how, like, basically what he's saying is that, like, sleeper illegal aliens came across the border and infested all these cities and then when the time came to, like, flip the switch, they were, like, sleepers and they came to life and, like, took down all these major cities around the border and stuff.
They came.
I was like, oh, there you go. There's your strong border stuff there.
Always been there.
What is the time frame in this movie? Because they
4
go
months.
up the mountain and once they go down, like, there's already propaganda and encampments and everything and tanks. Like, it's pretty fucking quick.
The town pretty much gets turned into, like, some kind of, like, almost like a base camp for the area, I think.
I want to say that the very first scene we get is early September, probably, like, the first football game of the season, because you have that whole, like, y'all should be embarrassed for having this. I would assume that's, like, opening season game, which would be, like, early September. And then you get, like, October, and then
but when do they?
When they first go into town, like when they see their dad at the camp, that's pretty early.
Yeah.
It's probably like October, and then by the end of the movie, it's like January or
yeah.
They spend like 4 or 5 months up in the woods.
You're in a full on winter at that point when you get the Undertaker eyes from Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen.
And I know that Americans have, like, a great army and they tout themselves like the greatest army in the world.
They quit.
Shit. But I mean, Russia is no bitch in terms of their army, but then they get punked by 5 kids in the woods.
That's the craziest thing.
That's the part that I was like, with this rewatch, I was like, okay, so Jeb read some, like, wilderness books, and all of a sudden he's like a master of military tactics, and they're like setting up these traps and shit. Like, when they're crawling up sniper style, and he's got the grass on him. So I was like, oh, come on, man.
I think the Jed character works better, and weirdly, in, like, smaller stories.
Well, I feel like
if this was just about, like, if this was like a sports story or some shit, that character of Jed would be like, okay. Here, I'm just like, you're terrible. Like, I don't. Like, I want.
They make him. They go full murderer with Jed. I mean, he kills an unarmed prisoner.
Now kills the other guy.
But they catch feelings during that scene because they're humans.
Yeah. I would say that in the video I had you guys watch, they talk about that quite a bit. And I would say they did frame it as at least a difficult thing to do.
Sure.
But he still very much does it. And it's not like at the end of the movie they're not framed as heroes and as, like, they have their huge badass moment. It's not like, so I wouldn't say the movie, like, has any consequences for them.
It's a somber
end. How does Jennifer Grey catch bullets from a helicopter and survive? Like, how didn't she just explode from those?
She would have had a hole the size of a grapefruit in her chest.
Like, she was alive for like 10 minutes afterwards, and she was just like,
she got to lay under a bush and have a death scene and everything.
And why did the soldier pick her up by the hair? That was such a weird moment.
Yeah, that was weird.
But I love that
dragging the body.
They did that. That's kind of what they do in those type of situations.
And the Cuban writing the love letter to his wife made me laugh so fucking.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a real dearest Martha.
Yeah, I write you from Gettysburg. Like,
I don't know why I've been trapped here.
What made? Yeah. Let's go straight to it. What made? After Charlie Sheen gets shot, Patrick Swayze gets shot. They're all just fucking dying. Basically, they look like they're dying. What makes home guy drop his shit and just be like, look at his hands like 6 times, be like,
oh, he's been hard relating to the Wolverines the whole time, a couple different times.
But he's
Cuban guys like. I was an insurrectionist. This was what I did. I was a guerrilla. I've been on the other side. So, like, the whole time, this dude is, like, fighting against his best instinct. He's trying to be the man of the, he's, like, the head of the town. He's, like, the general, but he's used to being the Wolverines. Yeah. And so, like, I think by the end, there's just that kind of, he's got that mutual respect.
Like, I got all that shit. Like...
I mean, like, you gotta respect 2 teenagers taking on an entire base.
I'm sorry.
They killed a lot of people.
Unlike the guy who did the video essay, like, these characters, it's pointless because, someone wrote them and made those decisions. So it's all premeditated, all piece of media, if you didn't know.
Well, I think I was watching that, and I think I understand what he's saying is like, these characters are in that position because the writers put them in the position.
Yeah.
But you can't be like, oh, he had to get revenge because he was a traitor because the writers made him a traitor and then made it okay to get revenge on him. Like, it's all just part of the thing that they put on the paper. So, like, the argument of, well, it had to happen. No, it never had to happen. It could have been written a different way, but you wanted this message to get across. I understand what he's saying, but I get what you mean.
This is what I'll come down to with this movie. If you're going to have a discussion, is say I meet someone tomorrow and they're like more of like a bit older than me, and they're like, I grew up with Red Dawn, that movie's awesome. I'm not going to argue it and ruin it for them. I'm going to let them discover that on their own. If they want to.
But at that point, they just kind of already saw it. They already made their decision about it.
But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I think it's not one of those movies where I don't think you have to make a stand and be like, oh my god, you like that fucking thing?
No. It's how about, literally an 80s movie.
Yeah.
How
That's just
how about you just show him our ratings thing?
Oh, ratings thing.
I like it.
The ratings.
Yo, give that boomer your rating.
So, oh man, all right. Oof. So, I'm gonna give it a 5.4.
Ooh,
that's higher than I thought you were gonna give it like a 4.
No, I'm gonna give it 5.4. Bone arrows. Out of 10, and I only have to do that because I looked at my Letterboxd score. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5.
That's fair.
So, it's more of a 4.5, but it's 4.5. Yeah, lock it in. 4.5. I get it. I get why it was a hit. I also get how shitty its message is. There is some fun to be had. I'm never going to recommend it or argue someone that they don't like it, or if they like it, but like it's just a waste of time. Watch the Josh Peck one.
Whoa! No, don't watch either of them. Don't watch either of them.
Well, how about you, TJ?
I'm gonna give this good, clean 6 hidden granddaughters in a fucking cellar. Easy. What's that? 2 Leah Thompsons, 2 Jennifer Greys, and we'll give it 2 Patrick Swayzes because he's a fucking stud. I don't think it's a bad film. I think it's fun. There's a lot of stupid ass undertones to it that I don't give a shit about. But like other than that, it's literally pure 80s. Put it this way, if I thought that Iran or whoever was fucking attacking us right now was going to invade New Jersey, I'd be a Wolverine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would too.
So
I'd be with you right. I'd be right with you, TJ.
Yeah.
Like I don't think this, but it's kind of as we were saying.
I would die real fast.
I'd be murdered easily.
I would be the lady running the pharmacy.
But I think it's as Brian said though, a good, like with the video of like them setting up, like the movie poises it to be like this is the choice to have. Like there is no time. You don't have time to be a pacifist in this world. So if I'm in that situation, yeah, of course I'm gonna want to fucking live.
All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it 4 hotter Leah Thompson than Jennifer Grey. It's good if you're looking for that kind of thing, but I thought it was too one note. I would have liked some up and downs after the first 15 minutes. Action is shot pretty well. The 2 crew guys in the background made my night. But 2 hours is too much. Like, there was a moment and, like, my wife checked out. She was like, I'm out. And she was just on her phone and she just looked at me and was like, how much is left? And I was like, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10. Like, it felt like it was about to end. And I hit pause and it was 40 minutes away.
Yeah. Same shit. I was like, holy shit.
You know what movie? You know what movie had the same vibe and it's completely different from the 80s? It just has that same 80s feel. Y'all should watch Over the Top.
Oh, God.
You'll get your same 80s greasing.
So Brian, you were the guy that made us watch. You were the guy that wanted to revisit.
Yes,
did you
thank
find
you
that?
guys for doing this with me and letting me, revisit this from my childhood. This was a treasured moment for me. I was taking into consideration the guy, and I think he made some very good points, and he's not wrong about the intent at all.
No.
I do think he was a little hard on the actual filmmaking. Watching it, I feel like the filmmaking.
Yeah.
No, he was like, that's where
Oh,
that
shut
shit
up.
lost me. He was like, well, no, you shouldn't like this movie because it's not made very good.
Well, he's like, he was just like, you don't need it. Like, don't keep it around just because you think it's good because it's not even that good. So, like, fuck it. And I was like, I don't know if I go with that.
His
I
voice
also
is
like,
comfortable.
I like that it's like a coming of age movie, but it's a different kind of coming of age movie than there's something about it, especially if you see it at a certain age, like that, I think really resonates with you. That kind of like kids can do it, and you're in a situation, a scary situation, you band together. I still enjoyed it quite a bit. I still got quite a bit out of it, and I do think it falls into that same thing of like, with a Kevin Spacey movie or something. Like you have to like separate the art from the artist, and even knowing the intent it was made, it's not going to have that effect on everyone. Not everyone's going to take that from it. I never did. I'm not one of those people based on my early love of this movie, and I know that's anecdotal, but still, the point is that, that the author's intent is only part of it, and what you take from a movie is up to you, and it's going to be person differently. So I give this I hit it with TJ. I'd say it's about a 6.
Yeah.
I mean, my nostalgia for it is a little higher, but I can realistically look at it and I know what I'm working with here.
Yeah, of course.
But I do think it has some really fun action beats in it and some really interesting ideas and stuff it pops around at, even if it's not always presented in the best way. So
you just have to let go of your logic. Like,
I've argued,
especially in that climactic ending of those.
I don't have any. So.
I've argued that point of the separate art from artist, or if you enjoyed it, like you don't have to be like whatever, so swayed by the message. I bring that up to my dad a lot because he is very Fox News, that side, and like we have great conversations. But we'll be watching somebody like, oh, so that was the message, and I'm like, yeah, but you did enjoy the movie, like you don't have to agree with it. It's good to appreciate it being good art.
Yeah.
So Joe, what are you gonna make us and your dad watch next week?
You know what I want to watch, actually? I want to watch Cliffhanger.
Oh, all right.
I haven't seen Cliffhanger since, like, maybe the 90s.
Yeah, same,
Let's
dude.
watch
I haven't either. I can fucking
John
watch
Lithgow, baby.
Yeah, let's watch Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Does that appease everyone?
The Rook? We got Michael Rooker?
Yeah, Michael Rooker? Yeah, fuck yes.
Because I was going to say, and if you want to do a double feature of Over the Top and Cliffhanger, be my guest.
I'll watch a good movie instead.
Cliffhanger actually seems great. And after this, you're next.
Nope.
Oh, I know. And we should. Okay, all right. Let's. Where can the people find you, everybody? Yo.
Find me at Chendago1. Just, I don't know, doing Twitter things.
Hell yeah.
You guys are on Flyovers in a Film right now. You guys find me at TJ Dex on Twitter. That's all I got. Brian.
Oh, yeah. You can find me on Twitter also, at Hercules. Hashtag Yang Gang, guys. Don't forget, get your $1,000, baby.
I don't know. That's not add up. Why I Love Movies on Twitter and whyIlovemovies.com. Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Peace.